Tonight, 4 children less than 10 years old are in DCF custody after authorities and public officials say they were found in an apartment with 6 cross-dressing men, sex toys, drugs, and alcohol. Firefighters discovered them after one of those adults died at the apartment.
It was obviously sickening, to hear from those that were there at the scene describing what they saw. And the actions of the adults that were in the room.
City Councilor at Large Michael Flaherty says he spoke with the firefighters who responded to the Mary Ellen McCormick apartments and filed paperwork to make sure the state intervened with the children. According to their incident report, the apartment was in extreme unsanitary conditions. All adult parties were being uncooperative and denied having children in the apartment.
Drugs, alcohol, drug paraphernalia, sex toys, etc.
Why were they lying?
So they were concerned. They
what
reached out
are
to
they
me just
hiding?
to make sure that it didn't get swept under the rug.
The governor says DCF is now involved in investigating.
Just heartbreaking, terrible situation. DCF has taken those children into its care and custody right now.
City leaders doing a walkthrough here, now wondering how this could have happened. Councilors planning to hold a hearing with the Boston Housing Authority.
The place is disgusting, and this is on BHA. They need to be doing a better job down there.
Happy Friday, everyone. The month of June has been very tragic. And there's some news out there that nobody's talking about. Early this month, a boat carrying 750 illegal immigrants sank into the sea near Greece, 45 miles near Greece. 104 of them were found alive. 78 were found unalive, and 500 are missing. Amongst the missing are children and women. Now, nobody's talking about this so much. These are people from Muslim countries, especially Syria, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Libya. They were all from Muslim countries. I'm just giving you tidbits of what happened this month. The Titan submarine that went missing was not missing. It exploded the same day it entered the water. The Biden administration knew about this, and they tried to cover this up or distract people with Hunter Biden pleading guilty to this misdemeanor to avoid all these other charges, allegedly. And so I will let Jame Cameron explain that to you.
Why the authorities chose to not say what they knew begs a question now, doesn't it?
Yeah, why do you think they didn't?
I do not want to speculate. They were on descent. They were at 3,500 feet. They lost comms and tracking. The last one being the critical one. A loud bang on the hydrophones. Loss of transducer or transponder. Loss of comms. I knew what happened. Sub imploded. I sent emails to everybody I know. I said, we've lost some friends. The sub has imploded. It's on the bottom in pieces right now. I sent that out Monday morning. We never expected to see a scenario like this. We may go into hazardous environments like hydrothermal vents, or even to a wreck like Titanic or Bismarck or some of the other wreck sites, which are dangerous from an entanglement standpoint or a collapse, a structural collapse standpoint. But you never worry about the vehicle, the platform that you're in, and you certainly don't worry about implosion. There's never been an implosion of a vehicle with people in it.
Tonight, 4 children less than 10 years old are in DCF custody after authorities and public officials say they were found in an apartment with 6 cross-dressing men, sex toys, drugs, and alcohol. Firefighters discovered them after one of those adults died at the apartment.
It was obviously sickening, to hear from those that were there at the scene describing what they saw. And the actions of the adults that were in the room.
City Councilor at Large Michael Flaherty says he spoke with the firefighters who responded to the Mary Ellen McCormick apartments and filed paperwork to make sure the state intervened with the children. According to their incident report, the apartment was in extreme unsanitary conditions. All adult parties were being uncooperative and denied having children in the apartment.
Drugs, alcohol, drug paraphernalia, sex toys, etc.
Why were they lying?
So they were concerned. They
what
reached out
are
to
they
me just
hiding?
to make sure that it didn't get swept under the rug.
The governor says DCF is now involved in investigating.
Just heartbreaking. Terrible situation. DCF has taken those children into its care and custody right now.
City leaders doing a walkthrough here, now wondering how this could have happened. Councilors planning to hold a hearing with the Boston Housing Authority.
The place is disgusting, and this is on BHA. They need to be doing a better job down there.
Now, the Boston Housing Authority sent us a statement saying that they had received no prior complaints about the unit where this all apparently happened, and they're working with the agencies involved to take all the appropriate follow-up. We're live here in South Boston this evening. I'm Peter Iliopoulos.
Boston Fire Department first responders were called to a public housing complex for a man in a cardiac arrest on Saturday morning. What they found was horrifying. The crew found themselves confronting a man. This is sickening. City Council Michael Flaherty said, "I was informed by people at the scene that there was I can say all around the apartment, as well as an alive body on the floor. The apartment was described as being in extremely unsanitary conditions, with approximately 6 adults present, all appearing to be male. They were dressed as women, wearing wigs, and they had little boys from 5 years old to 10 years old in this building, while one of them was lying on the floor, unalive. What were SES toys doing in that room near the children? Who are these children? Who is the father of these children?" One man was saying that those were his children. It was later discovered that he was not the father of those children. Where did the children come from? They tried to cover this up, just like they covered up the Titan submarine, because it was 2 days before Juneteenth, and they did not want to spoil the spirit of the people who are going to have a wonderful time on Juneteenth, where also 20 more people were shot at and poor kids or poor people unalived. So my question is why? Why? According to Boston Herald, some of the adults were dressed as women. When first responders arrived at the scene, multiple reports said it was a transgender party. It's just heartening to see that kids. I'm trying to think what were they doing with the kids, because I cannot believe that all these male were dressed as women with all these SX toys lying on the floor, and kids were in that room. Why? They hid the children in the bedroom, because the first responders were there and they knew probably that the man was already alive, and they knew that the police would get there. Or, okay, maybe they thought the man was still alive. Okay, thought if the first responders would get there sooner and take the man with them to the hospital, then nobody would go check into the bedroom, right? But since the man wasn't alive, the first responders secure that area as a crime scene. And so the search begins. And they found these 4 children, ages from 5 years old to 10, all boys, hidden in the bedroom. Now tell me why people are not outraged. Tell me why people are not taking on the streets. Tell me why people are not protesting to know why those kids were being hidden in that room. I think that this is not being covered, and people are not talking about this that much because it belongs to the group that we are not supposed to be talking about. But anyway, who knows? Who knows? I think this is evil. I think all children should be protected. I think human trafficking should be stopped. I think this is evil. This is evil. As a mom, it hurts me to hear that little children were being held into this house where these people pretending to be us were doing all these disgusting things. Whose children were those? Whose children? Somebody, whose children? Where did they get the children from? Because the man who claimed he was the dad, he was not the dad. He wasn't. Those kids are now in somebody else's, I don't know, whatever they call it, those people you should take your kids, like social workers, I don't know who or why is nobody asking whose children were those? Where did the children come from? Who are the parents of those kids? We want to know where the kid, were they trafficked? Oh, this is just so sad. This June has been so awful. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you in my next upload. I can't wait for this month to just get over with. I've been also through so much. I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired. I've been sick. I mean, last week, and then my daughter's house, my daughter's neighbor almost burnt the whole building down. It's just a wreck. It's been a month of evil, and I hope July won't be the same. Do not forget to comment, like, share, and see you in my next upload. Lehi.